Hello everybody and welcome to the life of a board gamer. My name is Daniel and over here we have
Slime. Hi.
as usual.
Yeah.
Okay, for today's top 5 list we decided to go with the games with miniatures. Now I think we should maybe explain a bit because I think you created list differently than I did.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you like to clarify this first?
Of course. So, considering this list, I made mostly this list based on my experiences with board games with miniatures, and I accepted some of the categories. I won't name the games,
Okay.
but some of the categories I think they are not for this list. For example, number 1 are the games that are not here. Examples are via Kickstarter games, etc. Second, add-ons. So if your game
Does not come with miniatures.
exactly,
You can buy them
you
as
can
an
buy
optional.
yes, and you have one of those games that I
Yes.
really like. We'll talk about that later. Third one are the collectible miniature games like X-Wing. I will name it because
Okay.
it's really fascinating how good those miniatures are.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
I think that's the last category I did. But
And-
let me check.
I completely did my list on games that I enjoy playing and they have miniatures in it. I'm much more
Simpler.
simple. I'm a simple man. I see miniatures, I play the game.
Yeah,
I don't think much about it.
there are many kinds how to make this game, how to make this list of games, and
But
also, I didn't put bad games in my list.
But of course, there is no bad game. Only good games with miniatures.
Okay.
Okay, so to decide who goes first, I will throw my D6 dice and Slaven will throw D16.
Yes.
The odds are in his favor, but I'm playing these odds.
But you didn't say which one wins the highest or the lowest.
The highest, of course.
Okay.
Okay, 1. I think I lost. 16. Oh my god. Okay, you go first.
Okay, so for my number 5 on this list, we are starting with 5, right?
Yes, 5. Always 5.
So for my number 5 on this list, there are actually 2 games because I couldn't decide.
Okay, this overrule.
No.
Okay.
But let's make this like this. I will name 2 games that are number 5, but you put the one that is.
I cannot decide for you.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so
Okay, so my 2 games are Rum and Bones
okay,
and Zombicide.
but they are really not the same game. Okay,
No.
Go.
They are really different, but why they are on the list? So, what I said already, why I made this list at all, is what I feel when I play with miniatures. Do I feel involved? Number 1. Do I feel happy when I take the miniature? And do I feel like that world is living world? So in Rum and Bones, you have pirates. Yeah, I like pirates, always like them. And they fight each other.
Yarr.
They are a really different game than the Zombicide, where it's mostly about survival. Let's just
Yes.
say survival and killing some of the zombies and stuff. But in essence, both of those games are on my list because the miniatures are lovely. I like them. And I feel like that world is coming alive when I put them on the table. They are number 5. They are not higher on the list because I don't own those games and I didn't play them
Okay.
enough. But they give me pleasure when I play with them.
yeah, the miniatures you are involved. I mean, they're not just there to represent some. I don't know.
Some
how to say-
token about
some token
scoring
or
victory
something.
points, yeah.
It's really zombie, and you're really trying to kill it, and it's not just. Okay, but I never played Rum and Bones, so I cannot talk about that game.
Okay,
I saw
sure.
the miniatures; they're fine. They're Zombicide quality, of course. But you didn't say, or did you? Which Zombicide?
No, all of
Original,
them.
black, anything.
I will call all of them
anything.
as one.
Give me anything.
That's also a disclaimer. I think all of them. I hate when Board Game Geek does a separate. I understand why it is there as a separate game, for example, for a rank or anything. for expansion or for the core game. But in essence, it's just the same game, you know. Okay, that's my number 5.
That's his number 5. And my number 5 is game I just acquired recently, not so recently, but recently, and I really love how it plays, and it's my number 5 for the better part of setting that is put in, and that is a game called, you are looking at the right shelf.
I know.
Okay, so my number 5 is Outlive. It's fairly new game. I think it's month or two it's out, and it's just that setting of Fallout. I grew up playing Fallout 1 and 2, so those are a very dear game to me. And I really like Outlive because it gives me that feel of survival in a post-apocalyptic world, where you scrap metal and try to find anything that will work and help you in survival. And of course I have that collector's edition stuff where you get everything from miniatures to resources. You get them, you know, like spare ribs and canned food. It's all miniatures, not just some tokens.
I didn't know that you liked Outlive so much.
It has
as
interesting
a miniatures game. Really, I thought he would
miniature
like
game.
it as a whole, you know.
No, I like it as a whole, but it has miniatures, and I really like. I specifically wanted the collector's edition because I wanted miniatures. I wanted to put little dudes in my shelter and not just put some tokens on a sheet.
But that game also wouldn't come on my list, but just because of this reason, because you need to buy separately.
Yes, that's what you said, of
figures,
course,
yeah.
and I don't.
That's one of those
I don't
games.
oblige to this because.
Yeah, of course, it's differently made list.
You are not the boss of me. You're not my mother.
Yes.
Okay, so that was my number 5, Outlive. Okay, so my number 4 best game, miniatures wise and all that stuff is, I really like space games. I really think they're great, and you already know what it is. And because most of my miniature games are on this shelf down there, and it's Zaya. Oh my god, I forgot the name.
System.
Zaya. It's Zaya.
Legends
of the Drift System.
We'll just peek at the shelf.
But with the new expansion, and I will clarify this why. Yesterday we played a game called Exodus Proxima Centauri. It's okay game. I don't mind it at all. It has some cool mechanics and stuff like that. But it took us 6 hours in 6-player game, to be fair. But I think that Zaya can, and you mostly do lots of the same. And Zaya also does that.
I don't know. In Zaya is more like Merchants of Venus.
Yes, but in Zaya you can do whatever you want. At first you can just transport goods from A to B, from B to C, and stuff like that. And in the middle of that, you can just decide, okay, I'll go rogue and start pirating either ships and stuff like that. And I really like that in game, that as it gives you more options and it rewards you for everything. So I like player variability.
Yes.
When you have, like Proxima has.
Exodus. Yeah, every race is different.
But this game. But in Exodus, if you play this race, you are bound to some tactics, like I was the attacker one and stuff like that. In Zaya, you can change that if you feel like you want to change that. I mean, good guys go bad.
Yeah.
It's not like that's something weird.
But a question. But Zaya doesn't have a race, you know, you're just controlling one.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't have a race.
It's quite a different game. Solo experience.
You have a ship that it has unique footprint and what you can put inside, so that some kind of variety you have in a game. But I like it with the expansion because those trading route stuff was really something. I played it once, twice, and I never played it again because of that. But expansion really covers all that stuff, and all miniatures come painted. And me as a painter, I'm not a fan of them.
Really?
I think, I mean, you get painted miniatures.
You were delighted. You were delighted when you opened the box.
Yeah, the miniatures look great, but painting on them is basically just paint what color goes on what part and just wash it with black. And I like I like more details when I'm painting and to erase some stuff.
Ex-Warhammer fan.
Yeah, I come from Warhammer world,
Yeah.
so I think I will repaint them at some point. Not sure when, but I really like it because I don't know. It feels so unique to me from every other space game because I only have that ship. No one has that ship.
Okay, in that aspect, yes.
I mean, most games come with miniatures of ships, but it's always the same ship, just in different color. And if you want to buy different ships, it's probably costing you tons of money.
Literally, the only only correlation between Zaya, Eclipse, and Merchants of Venus, you could put it in between. So in Eclipse, you have that similar way of equipping your ship with various systems. And in Merchants of Venus, you have the trading in space, similarly what you do in Zaya.
But
so
do you
if you
have,
played one of those games, you can...
Do you have mining? You can mine. And
Yeah,
with new
I forgot
expansion,
about that.
you
I forgot
can...
about that.
Yeah, that's a good stuff.
Yeah, but one thing I want to ask you also, any more miniatures than the base game in the expansion?
Yes, you get more miniatures. Few
Really?
more miniatures. You
Only
get,
ships or
You
something
get
else?
three ships and one space station that you can land
A
on.
space station?
No, it's not that big enough. It's just you land on that miniature that's probably the same for the purpose of it would have to be like this big
Yeah,
if you want to land real miniature.
Okay, yeah,
and
sure.
there's a cardboard aside where you put your spaceship, say, and
That's
then
nice,
you can
that's
trade
nice,
there
but
and do something like that.
Considering the miniatures and the size, it's a bit weird, but okay.
Okay, that's my number
4. That's his number 4.
And what is your number 4?
My number 4, I don't even need to look here, except I do.
Check it.
Okay, my number 4 is a game I acquired many years ago as a first edition. Second edition made a big bang when it came. It provided an additional support via an application, and it was a hit, always is a hit, and still is a hit. I played a lot as a bad guy in that game. Can you guess which game?
Yes, I know exactly what game are you talking about. It's a game that really didn't left much good things for me.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's
Mansions
of Madness.
Yeah,
Mansions
second
of
edition
Madness,
or
first. First and second and everything. As I said, same for the zombie side. When we are talking about a single game, no matter the editions, for me it's one game that evolves during time.
So basically, you made a list of 10 games in pairs of 2. So it's top 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Why I liked Mansions of Madness? In both cases, in the first and in the second, they are pretty much a different game. Because in the second, you don't need to have a dungeon master. There is an app that provides everything that you can play fully cooperative. While in the first, you had I'm calling it the dungeon master, crypt keeper, or whatever. But in essence, as I said again, I am an elderly Dungeons and Dragons player, and I really like the role play, the text on the cards, the setting. When you are playing this game, you really want to get involved down in the game and to understand when a zombie charging you with an axe and you hide in a corner behind a closet. No, he doesn't like the game.
I don't like the game mostly because of that Cthulhu mythos, and
Yeah, he's
I really
for the Cthulhu.
Cthulhu is everywhere, and I'm just fed up. I mean, zombies are also everywhere.
Yeah, but when I started to play this game, I started to play it when it first came out. It was the second from the Arkham Horror series, and the first like that.
When I saw it long time ago, it really looked great. But
yeah,
when I played it first time, it was like...
Yeah, you need to have that sort of, how to get it, involvement.
It just didn't grasp me with anything special.
Everybody, please
write
him down. Anyway, it's my number 4 because the miniatures really, really, really support the game in a great manner, and I like it when I put that big.
Those big square bases, I really don't like that.
Okay.
They cover most of the playing area.
Yeah, but you don't need anything else.
But I want to see the play area. I like the colors,
You know,
the house, and
for example, player is like this, you know, it's huge. So
Nah.
a little base like this won't count much.
he doesn't understand what I'm talking about.
But also that was the first game that I manually painted, and one of the
and there is automatic painting.
okay, I wanted to say it was the first that I
ever painted.
ever
Use
painted.
brushes.
Yes, and anyway, I made one of the big shogots, the worm.
Yeah.
Look like strawberry.
Yeah, it's green. No,
so
red with little green
Yes.
pus.
Yes, I thought it would be cool, you know. In my head, when I painted it, it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, that
As
was
a
not
painter, I can tell you. Not cool.
So anyway, that's my number 4.
My number 4 is ugly painted game. But you'll get better.
Yes, I know. So, onwards to the third place. Yeah, it's third.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 3.
So, from the fourth to the third, I didn't change the company that publishes a game.
But are there 2 games or just 1?
This time, it's 1.
Okay.
Since I successfully
And the people rejoice.
deleted 2 others from this list because of incompatibility. So
Okay.
anyway,
Your number 3, you have to check it again, is some kind of book that... Okay, it's Star Wars...
Imperial Assault.
Imperial Assault.
That game, similarly to Dimensions of Madness, brought to my attention again Fantasy Flight. Although that company likes to put out too many expenses for their own sake. But okay, I don't mind. Since
They're not alone on that
since
market.
we
There are
both-
others who do that.
Yeah, since we both have a friend that really, really likes those games and gets them all.
In all the Star Wars lore.
Yes, I don't need to buy all of them, but I really enjoyed it.
I think he won't let you play it anymore. Because
Why?
he will see this and... Oh, so I spend money and you enjoy my...
But
No,
I
no, no.
really, really enjoy Imperial Assault. It's better composed. The rules are better than Dimensions of Madness, and it brings the flavor of the Star Wars.
has cool miniatures,
I
that
like
is.
to believe in the Force after
I'm
I
not
play
I'm not
with
a
it.
big fan of Star Wars lore, but I watched all the movies and I didn't read the comics or watch the cartoons. I played a few games, but
Yeah.
it has really nice miniatures.
That's why it's on this list. It has great miniatures. Only thing I need now for that game to top any other game from number 3 are those big walkers, big ones. I'm not sure how they are called. They are awesome and they like to walk around.
It's
Yeah.
88 nešto,
When they
something.
put them in the game, I'm gonna get Imperial Assault. I promise.
And will you fly with little ship around it like
Yes.
It's my dream.
It's my dream. Why I like it more is because you can play it same way as Mansions with a story. You do a mission, all the miniatures correlate, and when you are playing, get the music and play it down. Especially with a Star Wars fan, he will really appreciate it.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, my number 3 is game that you will probably completely not know what it is. No, I mean you will never get it. If I tell you like 10 hints, maybe then.
Okay, go.
No, okay, hint 1, it's a game. Hint 2, it has miniatures. Hint 3, it's... I don't want to talk anymore. Okay, so my number 3 is a game that I thought I forgot about, and like it, I get over it, and then I get to play it recently, a few days ago, with your friends, and I realized how I really love this game. Actually,
Really?
I really love this game.
That's your number
3
3.
is game
Well,
called
I know, the
Last
thingy there.
Night on
Yeah.
Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that trashy zombie horror, that
Trash
like
pulp.
like that
Horror.
Shaun of the Dead stuff, all that stereotypes in all the zombie horror movies, where you have the girl that's all helpless and the jock who's helping her survive because he's cool. He's got baseball bat and kills zombies like this and that. And I don't know. I just really like the setting of this game, and it has so many expansions now, and nobody's talking about it even. And you know, every character plays really differently. I mean, you go, you search in buildings, and everybody searches in a building because you need items and stuff like that. But each character has its own set of skills, which is really cool and
Different.
like
And different from others, you know, it's unique.
yeah, it's okay, but others have. But I don't know. This really, I don't know. I just really feel the game. I just really like. I really love zombies, and this is the game I really enjoy playing. Actually,
I think why I didn't and why the community forgot about this game. They didn't forget it wholly. I'm sorry for those who are playing it. But I think you have another game here. I cannot find it anymore. It's somewhere here. It's called Dead of Winter. That replaces that game in a pretty similar way. Yeah.
But Dead of Winter is completely different game from.
Completely different.
Yeah,
but
okay.
From the aspect of unique characters, zombies and stuff, it's pretty much the same game.
I'm crossing you off my list for saying this stuff.
But
You're out.
your game has miniatures. Dead of Winter doesn't have miniatures.
Yeah, it has cardboard miniatures. And they come painted, so you don't have to paint them.
Yeah, exactly. So
No.
that's a huge difference. But in my case, why I didn't like, I mean, I liked it, but why it didn't stay long in my memory, because the same thing why you don't like Cthulhu.
You don't like zombies?
No,
You don't like
I just
trashy
think there
zombies.
is so many games about zombies and so many movies and so many TV shows in the last 3 years. It's like, if I open the door, there's a zombie. Oh no, it's just my grandmother. I'm sorry.
No, you sorry, grandma.
Sorry. No, I'm just saying it's the theme that in a Cthulhu-based game you can have everything, but in zombies you get zombies.
As much as I hate Cthulhu, that much I love zombies more.
Yeah, he's weird that way.
Yeah, I'm weird that way.
And special.
My mother told me I'm not. Okay, so that was my number 3.
Yes.
Okay, so my number 2 is a game that is probably on your list because I didn't heard about it yet. And it's a game that we also played on a computer, more in a pastime and less in this recent time, at least me, but you play it still. And that is Max vs. Minions. And you will not talk much about it, I presume. Of your face, your face is telling me stuff now. Okay, so that's Max vs. Minions, and I put this game on number 2, just not just because, but one of the main reasons is miniatures are absolutely gorgeous. Those mechs that you get, and they come pre-painted, and as we talk already, me as a painter always have urge to repaint stuff. I'm not ever satisfied with how it's painted, but these mechs I'm not confident I can do a better job. Maybe a few touch-ups
for the mechs.
Maybe a few touch-ups here and there. Okay, minions come unpainted, so I have to paint
but
these.
there's something. Are we talking about spoilers too?
What spoilers?
For the Max vs. Minions, for the big one.
No. Spoiler alert. No. Spoiler alert, man. No, they're out. Like everybody knows about it.
Okay then.
I think,
because we can talk about painting that one too.
I never said anything about one miniature. Okay, but miniature as a whole, they are really great, and I think I could maybe do just a few touch-ups here and there, but I really don't want to touch them because they look absolutely stunning, and the game is as much as I like control in the games, I really like when games lose control, when games have so much random stuff that it's just beyond control. And it's not happening to me only. Others have that problem too. Like, and I remember one play when a friend of ours of that 6 programmable spots, 5 were not functioning, so they have cards and tell you what to do. And just because of that, he managed to stomp onto 2 minions and save us another round, and we won. If he didn't have those, maybe some other cards, we would definitely lose. And so it's just like you are completely don't have control, but you are having like tons of fun. He didn't have fun, but we did. And it's really like tons of fun in a game with so much random that is beyond belief.
Yep. I will not comment so much on your...
Because it will come soon, very soon on your list.
Guess which number? 2 is my game.
Your number 2 is Max versus Minions.
This is really wonderful, you know.
Yeah,
every time we have a game
I
that
think we
correlates
will,
onto
in
each.
every list, we'll probably hit one game and on the same spot.
On the same spot. That's the wonderful part. So I will just say completely the same stuff that Daniel said. So Max vs. Minions gives me a sense of the League of Legends that I so much like and play to this day and hate.
Badly played.
I'm sorry, but you need to know that I also love and hate that game. It's like marriage, but
Okay.
it's pretty much
I'm
a love and hate
thirsty now.
relationship. You know, you will just go to the same thing and be amazed with the miniatures. Be amazed with the production. Everything fits in that box. When you remove the layers of that box, you will be amazed. You will be amazed where they put those little thingies, those minions. Everything is shiny. Everything is nice. Everything is...
Two stuff that are
Two
really...
things, yeah.
Two things that are really awesome is those trays for minions.
Yes.
They accommodate, there are 4 different sculpts of minions and they accommodate each minion. No matter in what space you put
them, they fit.
Minions fit, and that's something I really like in a game because like I'm not trashing Zombicide, but they have the spot for that miniature exactly where it goes. So you have to go. Okay, this one goes here, this one goes here, this one.
Lose a lot of time.
So you just go and put them anywhere, and they fit perfectly. And that hourglass timer, that is like this huge. And usually you get those flimsy like pencil ones.
Yeah, little ones.
I was amazed by that hourglass. Just
everything in that game.
really no need for it, but
I don't know, what can I say more? You said mostly everything about the game. It's amazing. It gives me the sense of chaos, and if you watched our previous list, you know how much we like one game. We'll not spoil it.
Yeah.
But it's so chaotic and so hilarious to watch what's happening to your mech, you know. In our game, last game that I played it with Daniel, I didn't do nothing in that game. I literally went in circles like a little chopper, and I enjoyed every part of it. My girlfriend Anna, she killed most of the minions, I think.
I think she
almost everyone.
I think she was the most the player who
successful,
who was the most successful. And was that when the Herway also played?
Yeah, Herway.
He was also spinning in a circle like you,
Didn't do anything.
and he wasn't amused like Slaven was. He didn't really like it.
But you need to understand, when you are approaching this game, you will probably have the feeling of either sense of accomplishment or utter nonsense. Don't expect anything.
Just have fun with the game.
Have fun
and that's it.
and enjoy the miniatures. Really enjoy.
If you want to win,
miniatures.
play some Euro game.
Yeah.
With cool mechanics.
And that's my number 2.
And mine, also my number
Minions.
2. And
first, and the top of my list is a game I acquired. Oh my God, 2007 or 8.
I know, Tobago.
No.
Okay.
So, as I said many times before, I like D&D.
Get it. It's like you could put it with number 3
No.
in the same spot, like
with number 3 and
4.
number 4. Yeah, it's Descent, Journeys in the Dark. And again, those are 2 games.
Okay.
First and second.
So you
edition.
got first and second edition. Because this many fingers is one.
Yes.
Okay.
In the first edition, you got the sense that you are in a dungeon, exploring it with your company while you have one opponent, one of your friends, or even you will be the dungeon master. And I like it. So that's the first thing. I like it. The monsters are awesome. They're exactly the same. Okay, in the world of Terranaut, I think it's called Terranaut, of the Rune-bound Dungeon Quest, Descent,
I don't know
Rune
nothing
Wars.
about that world.
Anyway, it's in that world, so monsters are not exactly the same as D&D, but I like it. And I buy it with my friend. We split it half and half. It's my first big box. It's huge, humongous. And we played the whole of the story 3 times. After that, there came the expansions, and I like it. Okay, but then in the previous years, 2nd edition, booted up to the next level. You get the campaign system. You get to move through the world.
And a much smaller box.
And a much smaller box.
No, that's good stuff.
I know.
I mean, like, that box was this huge.
Yeah, it's the
I had the
biggest
World of
one.
Warcraft one.
Yeah, and StarCraft.
Yeah,
They
StarCraft.
made the big boxes then.
Fantasy Flight.
But the second one, I booted also the miniatures. The miniatures were even more awesome. The lame dragons in the first edition with the huge wings, now they were awesome D&D dragons. The demons were demons, not just something that
The heroes were heroes.
The heroes are pretty much the same. But they are even better. So if you want a game that provides... Okay, now we have something that is similarly, but I still didn't get the feel that it will ever change. The way how I feel about Descent is the Gloomhaven,
Yeah.
But my best and number one game with miniatures is Descent, just because of my memories of the last years that I got with it.
In my ever searching quest for a best storytelling game, I thought Descent was one of those.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. I mean, I played it with a group where they were just, okay, don't mind the story, let's just go, okay, attack, go, throw that stress, and that way Descent is really not that much of a game for me, and that's the reason why it's not on this list. I did play it that one day. We organized it in a club that was that Fantasy Day or something like that. Then we played just one mission, but completely involved the story, or 2 missions, I'm not really sure now. Doesn't matter. So we played the complete story and everything. Like we read through everything. Why are we here? What are we doing? And I somewhat get in my character. I get to role play a bit. I'm not much of a role player, and it was much better experience. But I still don't have the urge to play it because I know I need the perfect.
You need the company,
to play this game.
You need the same deal as per D&D session. You need the people around you that understand the world and love to play.
And you need good
and not
DM.
just tactical, strategical way of approach. If you like that, just go play something that is more like a Euro game or something else. Don't expect that from D&D. And Descent is smaller,
but it's really good game. I'm not telling it's not. It's just.
And I'm not even sure how many expansions it has. How many miniatures there is. Fantasy Flight.
You know how many miniatures it has? 1.
Okay, that's my number one.
That's his number
Journeys
1.
in the Dark. Number
1. Okay, and my number 1, when we have that intermezzo for drinking coffee and stuff like that, Slaven told he knows what's my number 1 game with miniatures, and I told him that he has no clue, so he wrote it on the piece of paper. Tell us, Slaven, what it is.
Is it Anachrony?
It is not. Anachrony is a great game with miniatures, but those miniatures are great by far. But if I would put it on a top 6 list, it would be there. But I mean, like you said, you don't really need miniatures for that game. Like
for my list, it wouldn't ever go because it's an expansion.
It comes. Okay, right. But it comes. It's like Outlive. It comes in the same group. Like you can play it with
or without it.
With or without. But Outlive, I like the theme more than Anachrony. Anachrony is by far great game. It has great travel through time mechanic, and I really love the game, but it's just some game with miniatures
I'm so sad now I didn't
that
guess it.
is really better than all of these games. Now I put this game. Let me first say what game it is. It's Sight.
Sight.
Yeah.
I'm sad now.
Why?
Because
Each game. Let me explain, sir. It's game with miniatures, and this is top 5 games with miniatures. Okay, and it's really great game if you ask me.
no, it's a fantastic game.
It's fantastic game, and it has miniatures, and it was really enough. That is the game that I would play. If you put these 5 games in front of me, this is what I would play first, and then second and third. Like, I mean, these other games are not weaker or, I mean, less better, but Sight is really great game, and it has miniatures. Yeah, those mechs are the same, but they are the same for each faction, which makes sense. Like, in some kind of war, they don't make just one tank of one kind and then one of another kind. They have like dozens of the same, so it's thematically okay to have the same looking miniatures. But what? So you have character. What you need? Oh, you mean like it has to have million miniatures to be miniatures game?
In a sense, yes.
In a sense, you are wrong.
In a sense, why I didn't put Sight? It was on my top 10 for sure, since I already have top 10. But in a sense, it's I think it would be a number 6 or 7, because it's an amazing game. We played it a lot, and it provides a measure of involvement, and you can involve with that miniatures. They are moving around the mechs and stuff. But I find that Sight to be a fully number 1 for me as a miniature game would be if everything in there would be in the same pattern.
That wooden stuff you replaced, but there is a reason why it's like that.
Yeah, I know, for the placements of the boards.
No, but it says in the rule book that anything plastic can move and attack and something like that. It has an explanation why it is so.
I know, but that's why I don't like as a number 1. You know?
I get it. I would really like to have mine that looks like a little miniature.
Exactly. Imagine it. A little mine, and then a little windmill, and then a little monument.
I know. And it's authentical to your race you are playing.
Yes.
Yes, that would be awesome. And
that would
cost like $1 million.
I don't care. I would buy it.
$1 million.
I wouldn't buy it $1 million.
Yeah, but it's my number 1 just not just for the miniatures. This game is not my number 1 just for the miniatures.
I know, it's for the whole gameplay.
For the whole gameplay and everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, that's why I really thought about this. And I didn't put it just because of those wooden miniatures. And I don't need the workers. Okay, the workers, whatever. But those little things that you put, they would be so awesome if they were.
And you can get realistic resources, so that's one extra stuff for this game. I don't have them because. Okay, you don't like extra stuff, or
no? I like extra stuff
for your list, but but those are darn expensive stuff.
Yes, I agree. Although there are some games that I even rearranged myself, changed the cardboard, made them more realistic.
I tweaked some games of mine too.
Yeah, and you can do this with some of the games, but that I totally respect. Sight would be if I didn't look at that
your
way.
Windmill.
If I had only one windmill, please. Or make it possible.
Okay. So that was our top 5 games with miniatures. And if you have your top 5, tell us in the comment below. Or don't. It's up to you.
Please do.
So until next time. Pozdrav.
Bye.